One stop, family shop. Think Thayer. Come on, let's get rolling. Come on, let's get moving. Think Thayer.
Hello and welcome to Falcon Weekly here on BGSUFalcons.com. I'm Evan Pivnik, joined by the head coach of the Bowling Green Falcons, Chris Bergeron. Coach, this past weekend, obviously a tough loss, losing with only 2 seconds left against Miami. But what did you like out of that game?
I liked quite a bit of the game, actually. I mean, I thought we created some chances, and I thought we defended hard, and we competed hard for the most part. What I didn't like was there was just a couple too many D-zone breakdowns as far as I was concerned. I mean, I thought we took care of the puck for the most part. Like I said, I thought we created chances, and we competed. I liked that. Giving up a goal late in the game after watching the tape was kind of what we had been all night long, just a little too loose in our own zone, and it bit us in the rear end at the end. But there was some goods to take away for sure.
Scoring-wise, only 1 goal, and that's been kind of the theme over the past couple of weeks. How frustrating has it been, just from the inconsistency of scoring?
Yeah, it's very frustrating. I mean, you score 6 goals and have 1 called back against Clarkson. And other than that, there just hasn't been a whole lot of offense. In terms of results, we're a process leads to results group, and we've always been that. And our process has been a little inconsistent over the course of the season. But I think it's been pretty good over the last 6 games in terms of creating opportunities. We're not scoring. I mean, there's plays that come to mind from every game that, in particular, the last 6 that we should score. We're going to continue to talk about every play matters. We're going to continue to talk about bearing down in front of the other team's net because there's going to be opportunities. We're trying to coach them as hard as we can to get them to score more, but scoring's a hard thing, man. You can teach defending, and you can, I don't want to say teach compete, but it's hard to teach someone to score. You stick to the process, like I said, hitting the net, putting more pucks at the net, maybe having more of a purpose to every puck that goes to the net, not just throwing it at the net, missing the net, whatever. There's got to be a purpose to what we're doing. Even though we've had some goals called back in the last few games, we're not going to change our mentality of going to the net hard. We want to go to the net hard. We've got to stay out of the blue paint, obviously, but we want to make life difficult for goaltenders. So that, to us, is the process of how you score more goals. And we're going to have to trust in that they'll start to find a way in.
Now, going into this weekend, a Thursday-Friday series against Alaska Anchorage. Back a couple months ago when the Falcons went to Alaska Anchorage, it was a Saturday-Sunday series, so obviously a change in the time of the week. But does that change anything heading into the game?
It really doesn't. I mean, the obvious answer is it gives us 1 less day to prepare. But again, at this time of year, you're just making sure things are right in practice. You're not teaching a new system. You're not teaching kids to compete. You're trying to manage what goes on in practice. You want to talk about focus. You want to talk about details and purpose to what you're doing, and then get them off the ice and get them rested. So having 1 less day to prepare is not that big of a deal this time of year, we don't think. Now, with that being said, Anchorage is really good. They work really hard. They're pretty much the same all the time. They're just a team that brings it and tries as hard as they can, and we're going to have to be ready to go. And I think the preparation at this point is as much mental as it is physical, and that's being talked about every day as well.
Chris Nell, going into this weekend, obviously he's been a key part to this team all season long. What have you really liked about him from just the beginning of the season till now?
Well, he's been probably the most consistent player we've got, and that in itself is very difficult over the course of a long season. And the way we measure consistency is Chris on his best day and Chris on his worst day, and what's the difference between those 2 days? And it's not a whole lot. I mean, his best day and his not so good day is still pretty good. His best day is really good, as we've seen. So he's been as consistent of a kid that we've had. He's an everyday guy. He just comes and does his deal, and he's been rewarded for it with some results. And unfortunately, we haven't scored a whole lot for him as of late. And he was injured there over a 3-game stretch. He's only played 3 games this, or 2 games and then parts of a third over the course of the second half. but I do think that he's on top of his game. We just need to start scoring more for him.
Now, that short break between Saturday and Thursday, does that create any tough like recuperation for someone who might be, you know, a little bit banged up from Saturday?
It shouldn't have. They played Sunday, so they played on Saturday, Sunday, Lake Superior, and they got to come here and play Thursday. We played Saturday night, and we only had a 2-hour drive. So I think if anybody's more rested, it's us, and we're playing at home. So there's no excuse from a Saturday game to turn around and play Thursday again. The preparation is as much mental as physical this time of year, and then you put the onus on the player to make sure he's ready.
Thursday night is Dollar Night at the BGSU Ice Arena, so Falcons and Seawolves face off Thursday night at 7:07. Coach, appreciate the time.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.